The world can feel like a pretty safe place most of the time. We go about our routines, our daily lives, but sometimes just under the surface of a normal chat or a simple request for help, real danger is hiding. Today, we're going to dive into some truly chilling true stories. Stories that show just how fast a normal situation can turn terrifying, and how quick thinking, sharp instincts become absolutely crucial. Our goal here isn't just to tell these scary stories, though. We want to unpack them. Look for those tiny red flags,
Right.
the mind games, the split-second choices that decided everything.
Exactly. And understanding those patterns, well, it actually makes you sharper. It's not about living in fear. It's about knowledge as preparation, knowing what to look for.
That's a great way to put it. Knowledge is preparation. Okay, let's get into the first one. This happened back in 2007. It involves a 9-year-old boy and his older brother, who was 14. They'd just seen a movie, and they were walking a couple of blocks to McDonald's. It was getting dark, like dusk. Then this man walks up to them. He's got this friendly smile, holding a little kid's hand, looked totally average, like a dad with his son. And he says, "Hey, could you two give me and my son a hand real quick? Need help loading a mattress onto our truck. It's just up the road."
And that's just so typical. The friendly smile, the child, it's designed to disarm you completely. It plays on our instinct to trust, to help, especially a parent who would suspect anything, right?
Right. Most people would just offer to help. So the older brother, the 14-year-old, he initially said no politely, like, "Sorry, we're in a hurry." But the man kept sort of mumbling, and the brother looked down at the little boy with him. The boy was maybe 8, but he looked really, really thin, skeletal almost, and his face was just blank, no expression, and his clothes were way too big for him. And this is where it gets incredibly creepy. The brother makes eye contact with this little boy, and just for a second, the boy's eyes show this sheer terror, and he mouths, like really subtly, "I'm not his son, please help me." Then boom, back to the blank stare, like nothing happened.
Wow, that subtle sign, that's amazing the brother caught that. Most people, their guard is down, they'd miss it. But he saw the difference, didn't he? Between the fake, friendly dad and the terrified kid's silent plea. That's sharp intuition.
Unbelievably sharp. And his reaction was instant. He grabbed his little brother's hand, made up a quick story. "Oh, our mom's waiting just around the corner. Gotta go." And he just pulled him away fast, almost running. Didn't look back until they were further down. And when the narrator did look back, the man's friendly smile was gone, replaced by this look of absolute fury. He yanked the little boy's arm hard and walked off. The brother, totally shaken up, immediately called the police on his cell. Cops came quick. Their mom came, took the younger kid home. The older brother stayed to give his statement.
That quick thinking, trusting his gut, it was absolutely vital. He felt something was wrong despite how normal it looked, and he acted instantly. That's textbook recognizing a threat.
But the story doesn't end there. Years later, the narrator, now grown up, asked his older brother whatever happened. And the truth is just devastating. Weeks into the police investigation, they found the little boy, his body, in the woods. Cause of death was malnutrition and dehydration.
Oh, that's horrific. It suggests the worst, doesn't it? That the boy was kidnapped, used as bait, a little puppet to lure other kids. It shows how predators can work together, how organized they can be, using a victim to create more victims. Just awful.
Gut-wrenching is the only word. Using a child like that,
Yeah.
it's unimaginable. Okay, moving from that kind of deception, our next story involves a different tactic, using a prop to seem vulnerable. This narrator was about 12 or 13. She was with her friends Sarah and their little sisters, who were maybe 7 or 8. They were walking home from playing on a trampoline. Nice neighborhood, lots of trees. But the last bit before Sarah's house was this isolated road by a creek. No houses, just woods. And as they're walking down this empty stretch, a woman comes towards them.
Yeah.
Short black hair, sunglasses, pushing a stroller, looked totally normal. She passes them and says, "Oh, hey kids, I'm a little lost. What road is this?" They tell her. Then she says she's really lost, needs to get home to her baby, asks if they can walk with her, show her the way.
Again, the vulnerability play. The baby. The being lost. It targets empathy. Especially with kids. They want to be helpful. It's designed to get past those stranger danger lessons.
Exactly. And Sarah, the friend, she was ready to say yes immediately. But our narrator felt weird. Just this uncomfortable feeling she couldn't explain. She remembered her parents saying, "Never talk to strangers, even women, even if they seem nice." So she quickly said no, made up an excuse like, "Sarah's dad is expecting us right now." Sarah picked up on her friend's urgent tone, and backed her up. The narrator wasn't like full-on panicking yet, but she knew something was wrong. She kind of moved to shield the younger girls, tried to hurry them along, and as she got closer to the woman, just for a second, she looked into the stroller. And her heart just stopped. The baby, it was a plastic doll, Wrapped in blankets, sure, but obviously fake. And in that second, she knew this was bad. She didn't know what else to do. She just screamed, "Run!" Got the little girls in front, and they just bolted, crying, sprinting all the way to Sarah's house. Sarah's dad was in the garage. She gasped out what happened. "Lady, fake baby, trying to get us to go with her." He grabbed a golf club, told him to get inside, locked the door, and he called 911 immediately. He came back in a minute later. Said he started walking towards the woman, who was still down the road. But she must have seen him coming, seen him on the phone, because suddenly this white van just screeched up next to her. She threw the stroller in, jumped in, and the van just peeled out. Gone.
That is deeply disturbing. The van waiting, it suggests organization. This wasn't spontaneous. It was likely a planned abduction attempt, maybe with multiple people involved. The narrator's instinct about the doll, her screaming, "Run!" That quick reaction probably saved them all from who knows what. Chilling.
Absolutely chilling. Okay, so we've seen dangers outside, but what about inside your own home? This next one is a direct home invasion. A 13-year-old girl, home alone in the summer. Mom's away, dad and older brother are out. She's making lunch, heating up a frying pan for, like, a grilled peanut butter sandwich. Then she hears it, scratching at the front door. She turns off the stove, heart pounding, right? She creeps towards the door, sees the doorknob jiggle, then it slowly starts to turn. Luckily, there was a top lock, a deadbolt maybe, that held. But someone was actively trying to get in. Her reaction here, incredible. She didn't scream, didn't freeze. She ran silently back to the kitchen, grabbed the hot frying pan off the stove, crawled into the pantry, pulled the door almost shut, and then, get this, she pulls out her phone and posts a Facebook status, just her address, and call police. Smart, right? Then, silence. Tense silence. She hears footsteps in the room. Getting closer, louder. Yeah. Then the pantry door starts to open.
Just amazing presence of mind, using a common object as a weapon, finding cover, using social media to call for help discreetly. That's not panic, that's strategy. Under extreme pressure, really extraordinary for someone that young.
And as the door opened fully, she saw him. A man, maybe in his 40s. She just swung that hot frying pan with all her might, hit him right in the head, knocked him out cold, just like that. Police got there super fast, maybe because of the Facebook post, called her dad and brother, they rushed over, and then the police searched the guy. Found a knife in his pocket, duct tape in another. Then they searched his car parked outside, found rope, trash bags, girls' clothing, another knife.
Yeah.
And the worst part, in the glove compartment, a single photo of the narrator.
Oh my God, that changes everything. It wasn't random. It highlights home security, yes, but more than that. The sheer bravery. Her actions, hitting him with the pan, undoubtedly saved her life from someone who had clearly planned this. Horrifying.
Saved her life? No question. Just, wow. Okay, shifting gears slightly. Sometimes the danger isn't a stranger, it's someone who seems completely normal, hiding in plain sight. This story is from a narrator, 34 years old at the time, about her neighbor's brother. Let's call him Pete. She describes Pete as totally normal, like well-dressed, friendly, sociable, no creeper vibe at all, she says. Clean-cut, neat goatee. They'd even hung out casually a few times, had drinks, smoked together, seemed like a decent guy. Then one day, bam, police cars swarm the neighbor's house. They arrest Pete, lead him away in handcuffs. The narrator thought, okay, maybe it's, drugs or something minor, didn't want to pry. But later, curiosity just got the better of her. She looked up public records online, and she found the charge. It was monstrous. Sexual assault of a victim under 13.
And that's the thing that's so deeply disturbing, isn't it? How someone can maintain such a perfect facade of normalcy while capable of that. Predators often work very hard to seem unremarkable, trustworthy. They blend in. The narrator said, as a parent herself, this was the scariest kind because there were no warning signs. The lack of a creeper vibe was the disguise.
Makes your skin crawl. And Pete, he was convicted. He'll die in prison. Okay, one last story. This one involves a solo traveler backpacking in Australia, sleeping in their van, what lots of backpackers do there. Pulled into a rest area, middle of nowhere, pitch black, no lights, no other cars around, just total isolation. Middle of the night, maybe close to dawn, they get woken up, heavy knocking on the side of the van. And a voice yells, "Open up, it's the police." Instant adrenaline, right. But suspicion kicked in immediately. They peeked through a tiny gap in the curtain, saw a man standing there, saw his car nearby. But critically, no flashing lights, no markings. This was not the police.
Smart move, checking for the lights, and the response that followed. Sometimes a strong, assertive reaction, even a bluff, is the best defense. It can make the aggressor pause, reconsider.
Absolutely. The narrator, terrified but thinking fast, just yelled back as loud as possible, "Get the F away, I have a gun and I'm calling the cops on the radio." Total bluff, no gun, no radio. But it worked. They saw the person through the curtain gap, back away, go towards their car. And then adding another layer of creepy, someone else came out of the bushes nearby, got in the car with the first person, they just sat there for a few minutes, then drove off. The narrator didn't wait, started the van, drove away fast in the opposite direction, vowed never again to sleep in a remote spot like that alone. Always look for other cars now.
And knowing Australia's unfortunate history with dangers targeting backpackers, it adds real weight to that fear. It highlights how vulnerable solo travelers can be and how crucial listening to your instincts is, especially when you're isolated. That was a very close call.
Definitely a close call. Okay, so we've heard these 5 intense stories, different situations, different people, but what ties them together? What are the common threads we can see here?
Well, several key themes really stand out. First, and maybe most obvious, is deception. Almost every perpetrator used a disguise. A friendly dad, a lost mom, a normal neighbor, fake police. They create a harmless front to lower your guard, right? To exploit trust or politeness. The lesson: question the normal.
Okay, deception. Makes sense. What else?
Second, vulnerability. The targets were often children, people alone at home, solo travelers. Predators look for perceived weakness. Third, and this is huge, instincts, that gut feeling. The brother seeing the boy's fear, the narrator feeling uneasy about the woman with the stroller, the traveler noticing no police lights. That inner alarm bell is critical. Trusting it, even when things look okay, saved lives here. It's about noticing those little things that feel off.
Trust your gut. Yeah, that comes through loud and clear.
Fourth is quick thinking and action. Nobody who got away froze. They lied, they ran, they fought back with a frying pan, they bluffed. They reacted fast, decisively. And finally, it all points to hidden dangers. The unsettling truth that threats can appear anywhere, from anyone, even people who seem completely unremarkable.
So it's not about being scared all the time, but about being aware, vigilant, and trusting that intuition when it screams at you.
Precisely. It's about balancing awareness with living your life. How do you stay cautious without being paralyzed by fear? These stories, terrifying as they are, can empower you. They show you what to look for, how quick reactions matter. It's about learning, not just being frightened.
Well said. That brings us to the end of this deep dive into some really disturbing real-life encounters. We hope listening has given you something to think about. Stay aware. Trust your instincts. And hey, if you found this valuable or just, compelling, please consider giving us a like, maybe share it with someone who might appreciate it. And definitely subscribe to our channel, Horror Docx, for more deep dives into the unsettling side of reality. Thanks for listening.